second half and coasted to a power victory. Malik Dia wins another tip. Ole Miss in the powder blue, led at the point by Elias Carmody. The Tigers early. Dia from deep, and he bangs home his first. This season, injuries, illness, others have come and gone over the course of the year. To Dia again, and another.
Decide as quick as they can. Alabama doesn't want to make the ball stick.
Aiden Holloway as Dia spills, and Holloway with the three. First make. The weird part is there are times where he's not on the floor. In fact, he only played 24 minutes in a win against Georgia last night. Travis Perry with the
11 off the line. Make him finish from two. Don't let him shoot threes. He takes advantage of that.
Holloway sidestep, sets up for another three, and it rattles home. What a start to this one. Braden made 4 threes last night. Carmody with 4 in the shot clock. And Scott with the rebound. Well, we get more makes and takes from 3 than anybody else, and 5th in pace, number 3 in offensive efficiency. Teardrop goes for Pinkett. 93-74 victory in their lone meeting this season, but a rivalry that dates to 1921 as these two teams meet for the 100.
They can finish those tough twos consistently.
Dia with the drive and kick. Another floater, and it's good. Ole Miss might be the best. Phylon for 3.
Look how quick that ball goes side to side. They got penetration below the basket, kicked it to the corner, and
first team all-conference performer in the backcourt in his 2nd season for the Tide. Dia over Aiden Sherrill.
Wow. And right now,
1-foot fadeaway, no good. He made a few of those last night in a win over Georgia. Sherrill takes a path to the basket, lost the basketball.
All we've talked about is coming out here and playing hard, and so far it's not good enough.
3 for 8 from the floor so far, and porous defense as well, and a finish by Aiden Holloway to find its offense. We have seen we've seen Dane over the first couple of days. The teams that got by were rusty, especially early, and here in the first few minutes.
I think you're exactly right. The familiarity with the arena from the teams that have already played, you're seeing it with Malik Dia right now. You're this good of an offense, and you can get your bucket back on the other end. Giving up a basket hurts less, but he needs them to be a quality defensive team, as hot teams have been the ones that had the complementary basketball.
Here's Storr, and he gets his first bucket of the game. Back to Alabama defensively.
14 turned it on late defensively. I do think guys like Grant Nelson had a higher ceiling defensively.
Storr draws a foul. He'll go to the line for 3 after the foul for 27.
And I think this has got to be one of the more proud player development jobs. But when you look back at that press conference and the body language and the team wasn't winning, you start to think, man, I don't know if number 2.
Jippa throws it up and draws the whistle. 20s every morning for practice. Holloway's shot is blocked. Here comes Ole Miss the other way. 3 on 2. And Pinkins for 3. Good.
It's a triple shot. It's amazing what I could do during the break when I asked ChatGPT for support.
That's great. Ball fake by Amari Allen, and they'll count it. 13 to close the regular season, and he hasn't shrunk his bench. He hasn't tightened the rotation. He's getting buy-in from everybody and still playing a lot of guys. Carmody with the float.
The next opportunity we get, as opposed to, man, it's just not our year. Bad luck.
Sherrill left all alone.
Wow, found a
brought a little bit of help. Here's Storr now. 4 on the shot clock. 16-footer good by A.J. Storr.
He's so good at
5 to shoot. Pinkins. They were all over him. Still got it to go.
And you heard us.
6% shooting. The night before held Texas to 35%. Well, Bowen on the floor for it. Trying to earn that hard hat. Ties it up. It'll be out.
Take your chances.
Phylon able to muscle his way inside. That's all.
Make some highlight reel plays, and other times he's just fundamental Jalen Brunson type off 2 feet.
Storr another 2-pointer.
Right now.
Malik Dia has that one rejected. Favor returned. And for the Rebels. element to that is that Malik Dia, when he plays the 5, tries to take the big to the hoop. Sherrell fumbled the reception and able to drive and get deep, and they get Scott for the foul.
Tough corner shot, put his head down, got to the rim, late shot clock.
Detroit native, year 1 to year 2 on campus at Bama.
It's just the 3rd free throw for Alabama started.
Perry harassed by Holloway, got a step on it, tried to clear him out, now leans into him and banks it in.
He got the angle because Holloway kind of gambled, tried to...
Holloway, crossover. Inspired defense by Ole Miss so far tonight, but the 3 goes top of the key for Relive.
You called it. They're reaching, they're gambling. Just be solid and guard your man if you're Alabama.
Perry lobs, Scott the jam! Season for the Rebels. Storr. Rolls home for A.J. Storr. He's into double figures. Junior from Jericho, Vermont. Started his college career at Florida State. He only gives him about 7.
And Georgia, over the last 5 games leading into that, was the #1 offense in the country. And then you have Alabama. Everybody knows them as they top.
By Sherrell. Phylon weaves his way down the lane and rolls it home. Drop, and now with 8 on the shot clock, trying to find somebody. Ball and touch pass. Sherrell, the jam in front of the Bama pass. Storr hits it.
Elevate over the defense and make tough mid-range shots look so easy.
Well, he's a 4-star recruit coming out of high school in Rockford, Illinois. Here's to Millette. And Ole Miss slowing down offensively. Nate Oates imploring his team to push the pace. Phylon inside, off the glass and in. Jiffa with the drive. And a whistle and foul. Now listen, what'd you hear in the audience and out on Jiffa? Great defense. Storr downhill, lob, Scott jam. That all. Holloway 85% from the free throw line. He's got 11 points tonight.
Holloway respect his drives much more than he did a year ago.
He's got a dozen now.
Lead or help you come from behind and stop clock.
It's a French backcourt when he's out there with Carmodine.
As he feels contact.
Yeah, led the Big South in free throws made last season. Knocks down a pair here to the 21 player in the country, recruited out of prolific prep and a few different
people with a 5-guard type lineup.
Well, that's why the Bediako experiment was so worth it.
What experiment?
Names 3 times. And now Perry from the logo. And Millette with the rebound. Last chance for Alabama with 1. A leaner. No good.
Have to bring it. He said our older guys, Latrell, Houston, guys who this will be their last go-round. He said, I'd like to see a little bit more from LeBaron Phylon, but acknowledge that he's from outside of Alabama's locker room, yelling 20 more minutes and our season continues.
Well, Travis Perry gets those 20 off to a great start with a 3. LeBaron Phylon.
Just shows you how quick Alabama can score. You get a great 3 out of halftime, and they counter right back.
We'll pass to Carmodine, and there's another float.
Cut underneath the screen, or they're going to catch you on the flare.
Another one coming for Phylon. How does the screener read that?
Going under instead of around and staying attached to your shooter, you know you're about to get a good look.
Phylon goes 1 for 2. Start to this game, but then went quiet. That's when A.J. Storr took over. Perry caught in no man's land. Jiffa inside.
But they're showing you the confidence they're playing with on the offensive side. I think right now for Alabama, they're realizing, hey, we're not going to get 45 threes off the way we...
Phylon waits on the far wing. Sherrell jumps into that one. Dinkins going hard against Phylon. Final tip, good by A.J. Storr.
Bed speech by Admiral McCraven that went viral.
It's funny you say that because
maybe some bad roommates.
That's right.
I mean, it's one thing to do the locker room, but whoever he's rooming with right now, either on the road or...
Bama the other way, trailing by 6. Millette from deep. And then a foul on the rebound will go against Ole. Ping pongs around and ends up with Phylon. And then Perry gets his hands on it. And then takes a rebound. Travis Harvey Plotke for three. Close game at the rim. And another miss off a bank shot within 5 feet. D is 70% from the line on the year. 2 marks.
Ole Miss building somewhat of a cushion, because you know the legs are going to push. If they can get some in transition, they're not going to slow it down for no reason. If they don't have anything, then they'll do this right here.
And swing to Klopke for a corner three. This is a kind of play of Marshall Henderson. Karinoka trading text with Marshall. He said, I would love to be there, but he's home watching right now. Free throw line. And he's got one more coming. Alyssa, what's the story for LeBaron Phylon?
Appears to be fine now from the hit to the face, not getting worked on or anything like that.
Nate Oates not have a... They're doing all this. A.J. Storr been on the bench some. They manage his minutes really well. And the reason they can keep Storr on the bench is because...
16 points, but only 2 assists. Dia for 3. Hit his first couple, but that one's an air ball.
Let's keep it going.
Meanwhile, Bama has missed its last 9. Holloway able to bank it in. That's a shot they hadn't been getting.
Really good offensive lineup in here for Ole Miss.
Lob and the flush by Dia.
Commerdine is quietly
at his career at Auburn. He's got 15 now. Over Auburn on Saturday.
Take the big man off the bounce.
Working on the footer to Dia. Dia spins and draws a foul from Noah Williamson.
Nate Oates wanted to try.
Down on Robert. Giving him 20 points on 50% shooting. His scoring really comes in bunch.
Was going, but it was really more about my mindset. I was playing physical. It wasn't just my jumper getting to the bucket as well.
Nobody was there for Phylon off the screen, and now he's got a Baron Phylon Jr. Picked up by Storr. Drives by him. Quick release on the turnaround.
He gets that angle.
Air ball again. Phylon lob. Ball has got it, and Bama is back in again.
SEC tournament in game 1.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Storr. And Scott interfered with it. Holloway and Phylon. Holloway to Phylon. Into the corner. 7-footer for 3. And Storr rips down the rebound. And then the last couple of possessions, the Ole Miss bench, the assistants behind Chris Beard were deep into the iPad. The NCAA tournament. Joe Lunardi's got him as the first team out. Baron Phylon.
Win 1, maybe even 2 games. They are that dangerous right now because of the way they're playing offensively, shooting the ball, and keep them at bay. They got to start trying to pitch some shutouts on the defensive end.
Weitzel left it short, and Millette crashing hard for the rebound. They will get in the NCAA tournament. And a finish by Sherrell.
I think that's where the game can be run.
Carmerdine says not so fast.
This Rebels team just continues to have an answer every time the crowd gets loud for Alabama.
Final tip is good. Storr drives on Millette. Millette flies backwards and Storr hits.
Pass it. Flipped out.
Sherrell too strong. And the loose ball tied up. It will stay this direct.
They're usually a very reliable wing player.
Carmerdine, teardrop again, took a shot above.
With such a great, nice touch on that floater.
Phylon, 3-ball good. It's a 20. Kept alive by Scott, but to Bowen. Here's Phylon with the burst. All the way down between the pipes. And it's rebounded by 5 in the shot clock. Millette deflection. Two to shoot. Carmody unaware. Now heaves. Got it! Cold! Here to Nashville. Fine line off 1 foot. Rebound.
Wants him to keep going towards the rim. But either way, open looks, just not falling.
And an Ole Miss travel. Carmody. Terrell offered the screen. It got Holloway free, and it's off the window and in.
Yeah.
5 to shoot for Pinkins. Skip to Carmody. Beat the shot clock buzzer once. Can't do it a second time. The Millette off the curl. To Sherrill. One-hand jam. Three to shoot. Carmody off balance. Hits it. Under a minute to play. Latrell Wrightsell still hasn't made a shot. Here's Bo Bowen down the lane. And he gets it to go off Perry. Phylon is all over it. Scott gets the benefit of it. Could make it a 2-possession lead. Clock ticks towards 20 seconds. Carmodine on Bo Bowen. Turned around. Fade away. No good. Halfway there. Phylon makes them both.
Here, it eliminates pushing off if you're the offense.
Carmodine up the court to Klofke. And he is found.
Waste clock in the backcourt.
Rebound fought for. Here comes Phylon. LeBaron Phylon with 3. 2. Dumped it off. Sherrill doesn't get it off. Rebound by Millette. And Millette, baseball pass, midcourt. Catch and heave, that's no good. Came after the clock, even though it went off the front of the rim. And Ole Miss survives. They're an Ole Miss team that had lost 12 of 13 before coming here. And now they have yet to trail in any of their games to win, to reach the semis. We'll wait and see who their semifinal opponent will be as the Rebels look to keep this